This next story is quite literally for you, Brian Sozzi. It has to do with the Masters. Tiger Woods mounting an early charge at the Masters. He is behind, though, last I checked. He's beginning his road back from a major injury last year, of course. There's a lot of money on the line in the sports books related to the Masters. Yahoo Finance's Josh Schafer has more on the betting on the Masters. I don't know how many people are betting on Tiger Woods specifically. Perhaps you can give us the details, Josh.
Yeah, Julie, a lot of people are betting on Tiger Woods specifically. So I spoke to 4 sports books yesterday, and all of them told me that Tiger Woods is the most bet on golfer at their sports book to win the tournament. PointsBet actually told me that if Woods wins, it's going to be the worst result from a golf tournament the sportsbook has had since it opened in the U.S. So why is this all so consequential? Well, it starts with the interest, of course. People are particularly interested in this tournament and in this return of Tiger because he's coming back from injury. He's only 14 months out from what people thought was going to be a career-ending injury, and instead he's back playing, and we're kind of seeing the tailwind of him returning like we've seen with a Tom Brady or LeBron James in the past. When these big athletes come back, the crowds follow. And so the overall handle bet on Tiger to win the Masters was nearly double the next closest golfer at DraftKings. And that was a similar distribution everywhere else as well. There's almost double the amount of people betting money on Tiger than there is on the next closest golfer. Pretty crazy note there. Wow. And really the reason it's so big is because of the way the sport works. It's an individual sport, right? So it's just Tiger Woods. It's not like they're betting on a team. So the odds are very long. We're talking plus 4,000, plus 5,000 odds for Tiger to win because he's not even the favorite. This is a 46-year-old man returning from injury who needs to beat out 90 other golfers this weekend. So to give an example of how big these bets are, Better at FanDuel bet $15,000. That bet at plus 5,000 would win that better $750K. So we know gambling's a big business, of course, and there's always big numbers. But you don't normally see a $15,000 bet to win $750,000. That's pretty good odds. So right now, I mean, we just showed the leaderboard. Tiger's tied for 10th headed into today. Some of the early tee-offs already started, but he's tied for 10th headed into today, -1. We'll have to see what happens, but it could be a big loss for some of the sports books.
Saz, you're not going to weigh in on this one?
Yeah, you know what is amazing, Julie? It is... we probably wouldn't even be talking about the Masters to the extent we are because of Tiger. I mean, Josh, he continues to move the needle. It's amazing.
Yeah, Brian, I was going to bring that up too. I think what he's doing here for the sports books can't be underscored, right? We're talking about the sports books had the Super Bowl in February. They had March Madness in March. Then April comes and it's kind of like, well, what's next? Is the MLB big enough to really carry the sports books? What are people going to bet on? We saw over a $1.5 billion in February and March for these sports books in the state of New York alone in handle. So what's next? Well, why not one of the biggest athletes on the planet coming back after being out for 14 months? I think that's why so many people are betting on Tiger, Brian, because I know you're a big golf fan. You know all the golfers, but everyone knows Tiger Woods, right? So he's an easy person. If you've been betting on March Madness, having fun with your friends, why not bet on Tiger this weekend?